Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Next Year Insights. So, let me ask you a question. Have you ever noticed how some people feel completely comfortable in relationships while others constantly worry about being abandoned? Why do some individuals naturally lean into connection while others instinctively pull away when relationships become emotionally close? Patterns like these rarely develop overnight. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, however, many of the ways we behave in relationships were shaped long before adulthood. Early experiences quietly form what psychologists describe as a hidden blueprint for how we relate to others. So today, we will explore attachment theory and how childhood relationships influence the emotional patterns we carry into adulthood. Firstly, we will explore what attachment theory is, followed by how childhood relationships shape adult behavior. Next, we will look at the neuroscience of bonding, and finally, we will delve into the next year insights. Part 1. What is attachment theory? Attachment theory was developed by psychologist John Bowlby and later expanded by researcher Mary Ainsworth. Children are not only learning language or social behavior, they are learning how relationships work. So at an early age, the brain begins asking questions such as, can I trust people? Are my emotions safe to express? And am I worthy of care? In essence, the answers to these questions become the foundation of what psychologists call attachment styles. Imagine a toddler who falls and starts crying. If a caregiver gives the child comfort, the brain learns, when I'm distressed, someone will help me. By the same token, if the child's emotions are ignored, the brain may learn, my emotions are not safe here. From a broader developmental perspective, repeated experiences like this shape expectations about relationships. Part 2. How childhood relationships shape adult behavior. Children are biologically wired to seek safety through connection. So when caregivers respond with warmth and consistency, the brain learns that connection is safe. However, when caregiving becomes inconsistent, dismissive, or emotionally unavailable, the brain adapts accordingly. Imagine a highly competent professional who reacts strongly to mild criticisms. A small comment may feel like rejection, but within the wider context of emotional development, the brain may be responding to patterns formed much earlier in life. Part 3. The neuroscience of bonding. Attachment is not only psychological, it is also biological. The amygdala, the area of the brain responsible for threat detection, scans the environment for threats and may become sensitive to rejection if early environments were unpredictable. The prefrontal cortex, the area of the brain responsible for logic, helps regulate emotional responses and decision making. Another key factor is oxytocin, sometimes called the bonding hormone, which is released during moments of trust and affection. Over time, these experiences shape the brain's neural pathways and influence how safe relationships feel. Part 4. The next year insight. Many adults struggle in relationships, not because they lack intelligence or discipline, as some of the most capable and accomplished individuals still struggle with trust and vulnerability. Attachment patterns often operate beneath conscious awareness. For practical purposes, the challenge is not competence, but attachment conditioning formed early in life. So in my closing reflection, I'd like to leave this with you. Understanding attachment theory reframes struggles from personal flaws to learned patterns, which means patterns that were learned can be rewired. Through awareness, supportive relationships, and emotional growth, people can develop earned secure attachment, which will be the subject of my next video. So when we step back and look at the bigger picture, our past may influence us, but it does not have to define us. So in closing, if you found this video edifying, informative, or even insightful, I encourage you to register your satisfaction by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Here on Next Year Insights, I share weekly perspectives on neuroscience-informed performance, communication, mindset, and psychology. So until next time, cheers to your next year. Take care.